that, as a default, as they like to say, as I've heard, we go with the lowest bidder. I've seen this happen. Lowest bid just happened to be lowest bid. Let's read the lowest bid. We start peeling back the onion. We start looking at the layers. We start going deep into the organization. We kind of find out that this organization is going to fail in the first 20 days after winning this bid. Why? Because they don't have the capacity. Now, when you apply for these bids, trust me when I tell you, when you apply for these bids, they are going to find out about you. They will find out about you. They want to know how much money you got, what type of bonds you have, what type of insurance you got, how long you've been in business. Is this the type of thing you've done before? If you've done this before, have you ever done something on this magnitude? When's the last time you got with somebody else that did this and hooked up with them and made it a successful bid? They look at all of this stuff. Now, what you hear, once again, what you hear and what you actually happens to you. What you hear is, we go by the lowest bidder. What reality comes back is, we'll go by the lowest bidder, but I guarantee you this, it's a $2 million contract, you've never done a $2 million contract? You ain't doing it, bro. I've sat in a meeting and I heard it get flat out said, procurement manager stood up just like this. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this dollar amount of this bid is substantial. If you have not had a bid or contract of this magnitude at any point of your career, you just increased your chances of winning. Any questions? No, okay, let's move right on. And he said it just as fast as I did. And I went, I was sitting in the back door, on the inside. Not on the outside, on the inside. But it's so true. Because when they tell you lowest bid, it's a weed out process. This is where you have to know your organization. If you're not set up to do government contracting, you'll find out, sure enough. Yes, sir.
You may want to, I'm going to let you do this. You want to talk about RFP and RFQs real quick?
Okay. Here's the main difference between RFP and RFQ. RFP, somebody going to get mad. RFQ, they're just trying to figure out if they're going to spend this money. Well, actually, the same thing with RFI as well. When you hear RFP, it's time to make some money. What is that? Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the initials?
Request for proposal and request for qualifications and request for information. Okay? When you hear RFP, get ready, buddy, you're going to make some money. If you ever hear RFI, the majority of the time you hear RFI is because it's from a technical standpoint. If the database is getting rolled out, okay? There's a particular software program that they're looking into and whatnot. Because it's one thing just to put out an RFP, but it's another thing, you put out an RFP and it's something that's IT related. Usually time you see those RFIs or whatever, it's for an IT thing, okay? Or maybe some new piece of technology that's out there and someone's curious. An RFQ, you know, hey, you qualified to do this. Hey, send me what you think. You say you do bookkeeping. Show me what you did. Oh, you did that, huh? Okay. Well, we'll keep you in mind. Real estate investment, huh? We'll keep you in mind. Speech there? Oh, you don't like each other, send them money. So, since y'all don't like each other, we'll make it up. You do food still.
Bid.
Okay.
Hers is big. Hers going to be big.
So yours going to be straight bid. They're not going to look at RFI, RFQ. Yours.
No.
Yours be unsolicited. I'll get to you in a minute, but yours actually be unsolicited.
Bookkeeping?
Yeah. Unsolicited proposal, yeah.
No, just the RFP.
No. I'm giving you an example.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. In your particular instance, whatever.
Oh, he's bookkeeping, you're right.
Yeah, he's bookkeeping, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I mixed up the accounting.
No, that's okay. No. Like, for example, it's under FAR 15. You start doing no, we won't get to that. Let me just say it this way. You'll be doing a lot of unsolicited proposals. Not too many federal agencies will come up and say, hey, look, we need to bid people. They ain't bid. You have to go to them and say, look, man, check that. All your books. Oh, okay, cool. How much? Ooh, that's yeah, okay, we'll put that right there. So yeah. So when you're RFI, they are looking for someone to basically tell them, hey, look, there's this thing I think we could possibly do it. When you're RFQ, I'm qualified to do it. We want to make sure that you're qualified to do it before we start telling the whole world. Okay? That's when you start talking about set-asides. You mentioned set-asides. You started about sole sourcing and set-asides. Okay, set an appointment. We won't get to that because we...
You know, that's Fed, so yeah.
That's Fed. We're not trying to. But here's the thing about it. Do your due diligence. If you don't do your research, you'll get your feelings hurt. Now, even though I showed you the city of Fort Worth, even though I showed you the state of Texas, even though I showed you the Department of Agriculture, they all tie in because that money's coming from you, okay? Every time you go to the store, every time you pay your taxes every year, every time you go to the gas pump, you're sitting there going, I cannot believe I'm paying $6 for that less than gas. That's your money. If you get bored and you want to know where your dollar's going, hey, give me a call, set up an appointment, let's have a great conversation. Because I can actually show you where some of this money comes from. And when you sit down with me, let's talk about where your money needs to come for your organization. Because when I look at your marketing plan, one of my favorite questions is how much do you want to do government contracting? I've had someone tell me, I want to do all my business with the federal government. I gave the man a hug, I shook his hand, have a seat. We're going to be here for a minute. Yeah. I don't recommend that because for some of us who've done business with some government entities, they can get slow. I'm going to touch on that here in a second. Tell y'all something. What else? Are you ready to run a marathon? I got my running shoes on, so I'm good. I'm crawling that long. I got a heck of 5 days, I'm telling you. Okay? But you got to be ready to do a marathon. Now, I told you earlier, you can't wait till the last minute. Oh, Big came over. Oh, I got 2 weeks to do it. No. Please don't call me talking about it. Kevin, look, I got 2 weeks to get this done. I'm going to say, okay, that's great. You might want to wait till this time next year. Because it takes that long to put a bid together. On a good day, 30, 40 hours. And you're doing a lot of this. Look, trust me, it takes some time. The reason being is because if you're ready to do business with the federal, state, local government, are you ready in these areas? These 4 that's listed there. Very important. The management piece. Okay? Finance, human resources, your equipment. Yeah. You'll be amazed how this will kill a small business when it comes to government contracting. The management piece. Flat out. If you're by yourself, you're the only person. Seriously, think about it for a minute. You're going to do business with the city of Grand Prairie all alone. You're going to clean up every last house and sweep down every street in the city of Grand Prairie. Keep that in mind when you're doing government contracting. Okay? You have to go in small in order to get big. Because they do base it upon that. So one of the things that they're going to look at you on is your experience level. Hey, have you done business with us at this magnitude? Okay? Ladies, I was picking on you earlier. The reason why I was picking on you is because this will affect you. Because if you two are working individually and there's a bid that came out, I guarantee you, one of the things that they look at is, are you willing to team up with her and vice versa to make your organization bigger? Because it will come down to the capacity. I mentioned earlier the fact that, hey, look, we got a $2 million contract. If you've never done anything of this magnitude, don't even bother. Ooh, but what happens when you got 2 organizations who's done $8 million apiece? I'm sorry, but 1 + 1 equals what? 2? Bring them together? Hey, we got a nice teaming agreement. Or joint venture. You don't have to stay with her for long, and vice versa. Hey, look, we're just going to do this 1 bid, and we done. I'm going to file for my divorce. How? And that's it. That's it. That's one thing you got to keep in mind. Okay? Because they look at that. That finance piece. Money-wise. You've heard about how some companies go under. When they quit, they want this big old contract, right? But they ran out of money. Why? Now, this young man over here does bookkeeping. Now, I'm sure he's seen it in his time. I've seen it enough times myself. Are you watching that cash flow going in and out? Okay? Are you watching the cash flow? Do you know where your dollars are going on a daily basis? Okay? That income statement is a great and wonderful tool to know that you have earning power. Something you always want to keep that in mind. When you look at that balance sheet, do you have the staying power? Let's look at your assets versus your liabilities. That finance piece up there, yeah, it'll hurt you when it comes to your business. So it's very important to keep that in mind. Do you have that structure in place? If you don't have that structure in place, you set yourself up to fail. Because when you submit that bid, and some of them do get this kind of like this thick, a lot of it is really boilerplate stuff, and usually your information is about like that sometimes. But the point of it is, there is someone who's actually sitting there doing just like this. Page by page, line by line. Oh, she ain't gonna make it. And you'll never know. That's the scary part, you never know. I mean, you can find out, you have to go through a bunch of hoops, Freedom of Information Act, and all that. Provided it's not proprietary information. You will find it out. Okay?